What's going on, guys? It's Chris over here at the Riff Raff, and today we have an awesome video breakdown. I am joined by none other than Jay,
Hello, hello.
and we're going to talk about the amazing 10K that Taps put on. They're from Edmonton, a phenomenal store. If you live in Edmonton and you're trying to play this game, I would highly check them out. It was a phenomenal event. We're sad that Jay could not make it, but your boy did.
You sure did. And you did really well too.
I did. So basically, thank you. I appreciate it. It was a hard day. I'm not gonna lie. There were no easy games. I had to play
Oh
all
yeah.
of them.
The best of the best
Um,
from Alberta were there, man. It was the biggest tournament in Alberta. Super proud of Ban. Shout out to Ban for running it. He's an amazing
yep.
judge, amazing TO. Shout out to Jeremy too, who was head judge at the event. I got to meet him in Vancouver. He is also amazing. I'm sad I couldn't make it. I did get hired to work there, but my schedule just couldn't make it work, so unfortunately I couldn't be there. Um, but it looks like it was such a great time.
You are right. You're right, Jay. It was awesome. Everyone was really great. We had people come all the way from Saskatoon. Like it was crazy. It was
Wow.
like, yeah, outside of skirmishes, it was the biggest event that Western Alberta has had. Or not skirmishes, sorry, the RQ, because there was the very first ever skirmish that took place at TAPS, by the way, 128 people, 9 round
Oh,
Swiss
wow.
practically. Yeah, that was the very
Really?
first one for Origins. It was nuts. I was
Wow.
there.
That's
It was a long day.
crazy.
Yeah,
I did not know it
long
was that
day.
big. Wow,
Yeah.
man. That's
Well,
awesome.
yeah, so Taps is doing some awesome things, and we get to go over the top eight. And holy smokes, guys, you wouldn't have guessed it. The winner wasn't Master Yi, but it was a close one. It was close.
Yeah.
Um, so we're gonna start with eighth place, and it. So we'll go over to it. It was Diana, and it was your boy Wizard's Law Felon. It was me. I got eighth. Unfortunately, I died to Master Yi in a very abysmal game. Nothing taking away from the Master Yi player. I just literally had nothing. It was horrible. But we're going to go over the deck list and we'll kind of go over a little bit of my run as we progress through because it was a 7 round Swiss that we had to do.
Jeez.
And basically, I had to play every game because I lost a game in round three to Herman. Shout out to Herman, man. Every time he just plays me in every event we go to, even Vancouver.
Yep.
It was nuts.
Uh,
2,000
Dude,
people.
you guys are destined to face each other every single time. I have said it many times to my friends. I truly believe that like you two are like top five players in Alberta, like for
You
sure.
know, it humbles me a lot when people say it. I just try to do my best and I try to improve. So I appreciate that. I would rank myself lower, but that's only because I am extremely hard on myself. As you guys will see, my deck list is not one to copy. It's
Yeah.
only works for me. So basically, we'll go through the champion. Of course, it's Dynamo Lunari. I played Ravenbloom, Tide Turner, and I played one Traveling Merchant. Yep, everybody plays two. I just hate this guy. I played two Fizz, one Kha'Zix, kills the mirror. It's actually insane. I played two Vex and then three Hui. Now, Jay, I know you're kind of dabbling a little in Diana yourself. How do you feel about this unit lineup?
It's like pretty much the same as mine. I think the only difference is I run two traveling merchant, like obviously like most people do.
Hmm.
Um, for the most part, I only play it if it's my only turn one play. Other than that, it is sitting in my hand and it is absolute bait for away to give up to 8 might. That's its entire existence. And
I
I
I
love
100%
pitching that
agree.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
It
I love to get rid of it. It's the best.
Yeah, he just instantly hits the trash bin.
Yeah.
Basically, my list has not really changed from this. I've made a few changes as I've played a couple skirmishes since, but as we move past the units and get into the spells, basically two losses, two gust, your tried and true stack deck, stupefy.
Yeah.
The one flash, which was missing from the top, like second, like from the second place finish at Hartford, but I could see why he doesn't play it, but I still love it. the two bargain, triple ride. Some people say it's a lot. I just haven't tested with it at only two, so I don't know what to change out for it. So as I progress through the season, I might cut it back down to two. Um, but I know the cards that I won't ever cut is Smokescreen, Cards Nuts. Um,
Yep.
the dust is now no longer in this main. I've changed it a bit. The one eclipse also super great. Triple Moonfall, and then of course the two Starcrossed. How do you feel about your spell lineup? Is it similar?
Very similar. I've also moved Turn to Dust to the sideboard. I'm not running the Eclipse. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm trying to think. You know what? You know what I'm running instead of Eclipse? I'm running the Lance Rights. That's what
Oh,
I'm doing.
okay.
Yeah,
Sick.
I love it because usually, like, if I'm going second, I'm going to turn one Diana. I know she's
Yeah.
going to get immediately murdered on the other
Yep.
side. Um, I'm fine with that because, like, as they said on stream, and for like Diana is the red herring. It's all about Hue. Um, and when you get a last race on Hue, it's pretty hard to stop that thing. And I'm getting Diana back more times than not. So that's kind of the direction I went with it. I do love Flash in the deck as well. I think it's like super important. I also like I ran two of them in Aurelia last season as well. I
Yep.
just love that card. It I think it's kind of cheeky because you can like with a I mean it's not really relevant to this, but with Aurelia you can target Aurelia in your base with Flash and ready her. Um,
Oh,
she doesn't need to be at a battlefield for Flash to work because there's no actual restriction um onto where they need to be targeted.
actually
It
didn't
could
know
be
that.
yeah, it's just a free ready at worst, so
At
it's a great
worst.
card. Yep.
Yeah, it gets you it saved my way plethora of times, as well as the um what's my guy? Vex. The Vex cheerless. He is just flash for one is kind of insane. So that's kind of the spell lineup, and then obviously, you have your bread and butter. Like I have the Abandoned Hall, the Conservatory, Targan's Peak. A lot of people have changed the Conservatory for the Rockfall Path. Um, I agree with them, but I do think that because I didn't see a single Aurora this whole tournament, um, yeah, I did see the Lux Loop, but we'll get to that in a second. Um, I do think that playing Arena's Greatest instead of the Raven's Bloom is kind of I changed my battlefields a little bit, so that one did get cut. But yeah, it's basically basic battlefields. I did the 6 and 6 split, and then in my sideboard, we talked about flash enough. I did put in a second flash for the Auroras and for the Aurelias and the Mirror or the Charms for the Ys. The Double Dust, the invert timelines was for Aurora and the Lux Loop because I had a feeling that I would play one, and we did. Card was the
Wow.
MVP in winning that matchup. Just gonna say, uh, it was crazy. We had the third Starcross. I put a second Kha'Zix in because Yi, they're
Yep.
always alone, so Kha'Zix just counters their buff because he gets +2. Um,
The
it
Rengar killer
just
is what I call
Rengar killer. It
it.
was
Yep.
pretty good. The one cheerless, and then the one singularity. That was basically the list. I have changed it since, but it did okay. I just couldn't. My deck had one faulty weakness, and that was Yi, because I didn't. Everything was on Hui to kill Rengar if they ever set it up, and I didn't have anything for it. So, one thing you'll notice from my list as we transition over into the next list, which we'll move into, which is a great time to transition into the seventh place finisher, which was Spellfire, also on Diana. They had the same almost list. You look at their units, they had the two Tide Turner, biggest difference. Everything else, it was three student, or sorry, the two traveling merchant. My bad. They have the same name almost. Uh, same unit lineup. Then if we go to the spells, you'll notice there's one spell in here that stands out among the rest, and that is Wages of Pain. This card is a Yi killer. I cannot believe how good this card actually is. Um, as soon as I witnessed um, my own change to the Wages of Pain, I just yeah, I haven't really lost to Yi yet since I put the card in, because what it does is it just takes away the need for combat. You just hit them with it and they either defy it or they buff, and then you just progress, right? You can also hide it, which is a phenomenal feature of this card. So shout out to the Wages. I wasn't a believer of it, but I think because of the way the meta has progressed or moved, you it's kind of needed. Just from my own testing, you can see that he even has the Rockfall Path instead of the Conservatory, which totally fine. 6 and 6, and then in theirs, you'll see they also had invert timelines. They had two Singularity and the Baron. Now,
Big boy
Baron can
Baron.
all, yeah, Baron's probably also for the side for the mirror because Hui can't really kill this thing properly, um, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it's just because it's a slower deck. But as we said in the last video, if you guys are watching that after, sometimes the deck game can go on a little too long, and Diana struggles to close it out.
Yep. Shout
That
out
was
to my
something.
45-minute game against Jin at a local this week.
Oh no!
Actually, you know what? Playing Baron was the worst thing I could have done, actually, in that game.
Oh no!
Creating a third battlefield, neither one of us could conquer all three to get the final point. Neither one of us was holding. It was just blow after blow after blow, and it came down. I think we both had like 5 cards left in our deck at the end.
Oh
I
no!
just ran out of gas in the end. It just happens. But I did misplay a few times. I'm learning the deck, right? So it,
It's
it is
fair.
what it is. One thing I have noticed actually between both of your deck lists, you're only running 2 gusts instead of
Yep,
3.
yep, that's
Why
right.
is that?
So the so Gust is phenomenal in the mirror, and it is a LeBlanc crippler, right? As we
Yep.
all know. But the problem is Gust doesn't do anything on its own. It just sets your opponent back a turn. But if you can't
Hmm.
progress the turn you've set them back, I've just found that it just absolutely doesn't do anything. Now you might be saying, but you have the Diana man. Yeah, but that in and of itself is a trade, right? Like I've traded a
Yep.
card from my hand for you to get it back to your hand and then replay it. I didn't really deal with it. So the turns that I want the gust, I actually would prefer the wages because it just completely removes the problem.
Okay.
So
I see. I see.
that's where I've noticed the small transition. Now the pros, I don't know if they're showing the wages tech or not, but in the China list that's recently topping all the events in the challenges, if you notice, they just have the wages and then the gust. It's just not needed for three, I've found. It's a great one mana spell, don't get me wrong, energy,
Mhm.
but it's just not, it can just clog your hand if you have three of them, which I have
Yeah.
many a times, just had three.
I do
And
find that like
mhm,
beyond the third turn, it's again like way bait, basically.
yeah,
Like, yeah, it's just gonna sit there.
yeah, you're absolutely right. That's just how I feel about it. Some people are okay with three. I don't think you're wrong to play it at three, but that's just how I have found. And because Gus doesn't hit a lot of later game stuff, or as we move into our next list, this was by Graham Man 95, who played Draven. Now, he got sixth, had a phenomenal run, literally was 5 and 0, paired up against my teammate, Cirque Soul, and they drew, because, you need five. They were the only two players who were 5 and 0 when they met. And then had to play his final game, and unfortunately did lose because the his opponent didn't want to ID, which is fine. Lost 2-1, and it was to Yi, and
Hmm.
that's the only thing I saw him lose to. Like he won to his one Aurora matchup, which he had. It was hella close, and then unfortunately drew Aurora in the top 8, and it was not close, that one, from what I could tell. But if we look at his list, he has, Draven, he has the Showboat, he has Evelyn. That's a unique little, twist, giving a purple charm for the comp to force combats to draw. Not bad. You got Fan, Treasure Hunter. He has the Jin Murderess. This card is phenomenal. I think it's only going to
Yep,
get better as we head towards Vendetta,
yep.
Akali, Kaisa, only at 2, no longer at 3. Triple Hopeful, Vex, new advice, Triple Darius, and then the one Mind Splitter. How do you feel about this kind of unit lineup?
I definitely love the Jin into this deck. Like, I
Hmm.
was really high on this card during preview season before the deck came out.
Yep.
I with Amateur Recital, that's a free power and a free energy
Oh
right from the
yeah.
hold, right off the bat. Um, and then you move him into a battlefield, whether that be, as an attacker or just moving him back into a battlefield to shore up defenses. You just got 2 power and 2 energy. That's a free falling star right off the bat.
Yep. Right there.
Like that is some serious value. So I respect that. The Kaiser going down to 2 surprises me, but I get it. Vex has kind of like made the 4 energy drop slot a little bit crowded. There's just
Yes.
so many good cards at that on that turn 2 play. Like so many great cards.
Yep.
Um, the
You.
one Mind Splitter, love that. It's one of my favorite cards actually in the entire game. Shout out to you for mainboarding that in Aurelia last season, you
Yeah.
absolute madman. But
It
yeah,
won
no,
me a
it's
game.
before Riftbound, I played a lot of Magic. I love Thoughtseize.
Ah, yes,
It's
that's
my favorite
basically
card.
that.
And yeah, it's Thoughtseize on our body, which is so good.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's usual suspects here. I like the Evelyn edition as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it just forces a combat, which is probably what um he was like enticing for his game plan. He had a very like core strategy you can really see. And I do agree with you there with the Vex being kind of like a deterrent from playing triple Kaisa because, Darius is actually a very good card over the Vex because
Mhm.
it doesn't care if it gets stunned that turn if you just played it and it can protect it for the following crackback because now it's on to them to save their Vex versus, it's just stunned and can't move,
Yep.
which
Yep.
I think is just a very good call. I do think Draven is a very sleeper deck and people just aren't putting in the work to experiment on it. I don't think it is as dead as everybody thought. Um, because combat still happens. If anything, it happens more than it used
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
It just eats a lot of the yellow decks because of units. But I do know that with them losing their 4-drop unit in the ban, it just isn't as, mega busted as it used to be. But I still think it's a very strong deck, especially into Aurelia, especially into the yellow decks. Like if you look at Hartford stats, it was really good, but it just couldn't produce past. So I think if we get some better stuff for red and purple next set, this deck could make a very good comeback. Um, Triple gear, of course, is spinning axe. Yep, because of course, it's 3 might for 2. Crazy. Who wouldn't? It's undefiable.
Yeah. It's a top 3 signature spell in the game, I think. I think Divine Dance, Spinning Axe, and Moonfall. Those
Well,
3 are
yeah,
just top tier stuff. Can't
yeah,
beat it.
they just do so much for what it does. Those
Yeah.
types of spells. It just, yeah. So it's undefiable, 3 might, phenomenal. You go to your spell lineup. We have double cleave. It's nice to see the cleave still exists. The one gust. This is probably to deal with have a easier LeBlanc matchup, I think. Just gust, stack deck. Oh, yep, falling star. As you said, free falling star. Double flash, phenomenal. Because you got to keep your guys alive because they're needed. The bargain, double rebuke. I think is a phenomenal call because Draven can't really play Starcross as well. Though you will see it has one of it in the deck, and they do have the switcheroo, which I think is also really good. Usable from Jin for basically free if he gets to move twice.
Yep.
And you mentioned the battlefield amateur recital. He's got it. Fantastic. Targan's Peak, Treasure Hoard. It's for all the gold because a lot of his cards cost power. I think is really good. 6 and 6. If we go to the sideboard, we'll see Gust, Falling Star, Rebuke, Nether Starcrossed, Fading Memories, the Aurelia Killer. If you understand how temporary works, it checks every time until it dies, so just super good.
It's pseudo gear removal if you think about it,
Yep,
but only on GA. And
basically, because it'll pop them twice.
yeah,
Oh my goodness. I wish that this card was just, I wish it was slightly better and I could find a way to make it work a little bit more. But, with Jin moving, it's free energy, I guess, so it's not that as bad. Uh, Only one Bryn because there is not as many, you know, spam every spell in my hand decks on your turn, I guess. Only one Bryn. It is unique instead of seeing the two that they used to have. And then the two Ferris. They need it's a mid-game card, so they kind of still need it. It still deals with certain things, but Ferris getting Starcrossed is just absolute, cat
yeah,
despair.
yeah. That's why Forerunner has basically just like been moved to the sideboard in almost every deck that wants to run it.
That's fair.
Starcross is it just feels so bad to drop a Forerunner and see your opponent go, okay, I'm bouncing back, Fizz. I'm hitting your Forerunner, and then just watch them just gain so much value and steamroll you. It does not feel
Mm,
great.
yeah, I could see that. Despite that, had a very clean record, five straight O, and then was able to make it into the top eight. Very unfortunate that they ended the run as they did, because to be fair, I thought that Graham was really crushing. He was really crushing that day. Had many a 2-0 out of his run, so congrats there. So we move over into our fifth place and final top eight finisher. It is Subo. Uh, Bo's a phenomenal player. He's really good at this game. He's really, really, really chill and really awesome to talk with. He piloted LeBlanc, and there were two in the top eight, and he had to play a mirror match. And my goodness, that mirror was insane for those who got to watch. I only caught the tail end because I got smoked, so I got to watch the last turn, but it was actually insane. Um, if we move into it, we have, your LeBlanc. It's fragmented. As the chosen champ, they side the blue one. The everywhere at once for when it's typical. They played one broker, Scout, Watchful, and then Dignitary. They played one broker, but three of the others. And then what? Triple Karthus, of course, card's insane. Glask, Vi, triple Vi in it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Double Rex, two Watcher, triple Harness, and two Rift Herald. Now, I am not very familiar with LeBlanc decks, but is this typical for what they're kind of playing, Jay, or do you know?
Um, yeah, this is actually like I play a lot of LeBlanc in my shop when we run Nexus nights. I think there's like three of them that I play, and they all pretty similar to this.
Hmm.
Pretty similar, I have to say. They don't always run the banded hook versions though. This is a little bit more evil heavy.
Yeah.
Um, I do like the baited hook version a little bit more, to be honest. I feel like that you have more out. It didn't get it done in this one, but I mean, coming fifth is still pretty impressive.
Yeah, Bo had a very good run. I believe he was 4-1 going, or sorry, 4-1-1 going into the final round of the day for Swiss, and he
Oh,
had to
that's
clutch it
that's
out because
excellent.
it was winning in, so made it in
Yeah,
clearly.
yeah.
I believe I'm not 100%, but I know at one point it was like three of us were on the win it in, or you're or you're going home. So it was kind of intense. This one this deck, though, is the baited hook, as you were saying. Triple there. He has the three sacrifice, two mirror image. I see some lists playing three, and then two hidden blade. Um, I don't disagree with it. Um, it's not it's not a bad choice. Some play two, some play three. Blades or image, I think it's interchangeable. I think the one broker takes the place of that third other spell to have eight instead of just seven, which isn't, bad. Typical battlefields: Aspirant, Starspring, Windswept. Unpopular opinion, but maybe popular opinion. How do we feel if Aspirants was banned?
I would actually love it because I hate long games. I I feel like this game sometimes an hour is truly not enough to do like a
True.
best of three. And whenever I see aspirants, I'm just like, oh, really? Well, okay. And
Oh
it
no.
feels even worse when it's a double aspirants and we're going to 10.
Yeah, I
Oh,
also have the same thought about banning arenas greatest because I think that those two battlefields are just the best battlefields in the game right now. I don't know why. I just have this weird feeling that those two are just so incredibly good, and I don't know how, but I just feel that. So,
I feel like losing Obelisk and Reavers, I guess, to some degree.
yep,
I guess put aspirants directly in that slot and it kind of gives some other decks that are a little bit slower a chance to close out games a little bit easier. And then it makes it so tough for some like low to the ground aggro decks. It can be really tough to get to that ninth point. Like most aggro decks are looking to win by turn 5 or 6. Like hopefully, if everything goes right,
yep,
that's the dream scenario.
absolutely.
Aspirants is Aspirants is bringing it up to I've seen it go up to like 8 or 9 turns, and that's pretty rough. It's pretty rough
That
for low to
is.
the ground. Like Ezreal has a hard time getting there. Some of the red decks as well, pretty tough there. Yeah,
I
I would
I
be
agree.
okay with it.
Hey, I totally get you. I think that battlefields that warp the game state or game changing factors for strategies are kind of issues, but that's later on,
Hmm.
because right, I think the room count is the same, as we progress. It's 4 and 8, four blue, 8 yellow order. And then his sideboard is where we get a little bit spicy. One smoke and mirrors. Now, the units with temporary are your reflections. So I can definitely see the exact thought process about playing one of it in the side. I don't
Yep.
know what you sided in for, but I definitely see the thought process about why it's okay. Um, I see one Lonely Poro, another unit, 3 might. If it dies with someone there, you draw a card. Not bad. It's just
Yeah,
Sentry
it's pretty
slash
good.
Dignitary,
Yep.
for draw. He does have the third mirror image in his side. Of course, the blue LeBlanc, triple
Hmm.
Ash, and then the one safety inspector. Call the weak, but can't be defied.
I love Safety Inspector. Yeah. The moment I saw it, I was like, this is one of my favorite cards in the whole set.
Yeah,
I hate
it.
when people play Call the Weak against me. It's such a feels bad card, but this is a little bit more fair in my opinion. I I just really love how versatile it is, and then you also just get a body if you are running the XP. I do run
Yep.
like a mid-range poppy like tempo XP deck.
Oh, nice.
I run three of them in the sideboard. It's just a great card.
I just think it's super good for yellow that, it follows suit. It's called a weak on a body. We'll eventually have probably discipline on a guy. We'll probably will have spells that do similar to units that do spell effects. So I think Safety Inspector
Yeah,
is a really good card. Interesting that it's at one, but Bo piloted it to a fifth place finish. Phenomenal. Super proud, super excited for him. Like
yeah.
it was an awesome run he had. Um, then as we progress into our fourth place finisher. Now, this is by Cirque Soul, aka my teammate. Also played LeBlanc, had a mirror match with Bo, and it was nuts. I can't even tell you how it happened, but there is a photo, if you guys are in the Discord or no taps, of Bo's face, and that face he made was when Blake broke through his board to win that game. It was actually just insane. Shout out.
I've seen that face so many times.
Yeah, it's something. If you guys know him, Sir Soul is just, yeah, phenomenal player. I'm just super excited and super happy that I'd like get to play with him as often as I do. Crushes me every time. It's just nuts. But it just is what it is. Sometimes he gets a game and sometimes I get a game. So it's just how it goes. We'll see this, standard stuff, except if we move down, you'll see that he has one Otacon in the main deck. Oh,
That's cool. That's really cool.
that is something Bo didn't have anywhere in his list, actually, was no Otacon. It, you know, I didn't, yeah. I think that this is a Yi killer. But if Yi plays it right, they can Rengar in after. If it has a Death Knell trigger, which is what I witnessed happen, was Lonely Poro Death Knell trigger, play Rengar in response, still the defender. It's kind of nuts. Um,
Wow.
yeah, Rengar just warps the game. It's a different card, but
Yeah.
baited hook as well. He's on 3 Hidden Blade in the main instead of the 2, so he has the 8 spell lineup. No broker, but basically the exact same unit lineup, just one less watcher as well. That's probably what that Otacon was the second watcher replacement. Same battlefields, but if we get to the sideboard, that's when we're going to see a little difference. We'll see that there's the Death Grip, Turn to Dust, 2 Ash, 2 Safety Inspector, and you'll see the second Thousand Tail Watcher is also in the sideboard. Uh, I think the list was great. The very next day we had a skirmish and Blake won it. It was with the same list, because don't have time to really change anything after we do a 14-hour day. um,
Yep.
and he had to play against Yi in the finals, and that Otacon really comes in handy and makes it harder for Yis to play around because it just says you need to kill a unit when I attack you. So
Yep.
very well strategied in. Blake went undefeated in Swiss. Um, and it was just he just had a phenomenal run, and it was just a really good finish. In the end, made top four. Played against the Yi. Didn't see the Otacon against him
Uh,
in that one, so it was a game three. Cat despair. Double. They're on Asper's Climb, and he has double Trinity Force. It was pretty awful.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, it was a good run. It was a good run, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a feels bad moment. Now, as we get into our second top four finisher, we have um, Jordan Prodigy. They piloted Sivir Aurora to a 5-1-1 in Swiss and into a top four finish. They played the Draven player. Um, Unfortunately, just hit everything. Four units. It's just Mind Splitter and Elder.
Yeah.
you know, it's the Scryer's Bloom, the Pack of Wonders. I've never really seen a Sivir list, so this might be newer, but it might not be to everyone else. I usually just see the MF Auroras. That's usually what I run into. So seeing the Treasure Trove, the Pack of Wonders, the Last Rites is typical at two. Um, do you play? Do you see a lot of Sivir Aurora where you're at, Jay?
No, not honestly, no. I am usually the Aurora player.
Mm,
When I feel like it, it's kind of like just like a little pet deck that I have on the side, but I change up my poppy list between like Tempo and Aurora. I just like them both.
yeah,
Um, but from what I've seen of Sivir, like this is pretty standard. Like the Scryer's Bloom is an excellent card in this deck to get you what you need to find your answers.
yep,
Um, Especially when you can predict two and see, oh, my next draw is an Elder Dragon. I'm putting that on the back.
yeah,
That can really save your game. Um, to
absolutely.
help you to help you find some other things that you need. The harrowing, now that's a spicy one.
Yes, I was waiting
That's a
till we got
spicy
there.
one.
The fading memories and the harrowing main. Now, when we went to Vancouver and Blake was playing MF for the best of, was Rob. But anyway, we'll get to that's a different story. He
Yeah,
played. He was
another
like,
episode.
another episode. He goes, Chris, should I play this bad card in my deck? And I'm like, why is it a bad card? He's like, I'm just gonna recycle 6 and play Elder Dragon for my trash, I guess. I was like, well, if that's the considered a bad card, I guess you should.
Yeah.
He did. He never got it off because he never saw it. But I saw other Sivir Auroras that were on day two playing this card, and I was like, man, did he stumble across a secret spice? Because if you lose all your units, you need a unit to put the shovel on so you can put them back in
Hmm.
the deck. And I think that the Harrowing is a phenomenal choice for Sivir because they use gold, so they don't actually recycle. if you get the right amount of gold. The MF Aurora list that he was playing the double heedless resurrection, and you'll see that there's one of those in the side. Um, the other spicy thing that I really like that Jordan did here, Annie's stubborn. Holy
Oh, in the
smokes.
side.
In
Oh,
the side,
wow.
he has an. I don't know what it was for, but it's for any
Harrowing. Has to be
spell in his deck.
harrowing.
It's got to be probably. Like
Or
I
a
think he.
flurry.
It could be for yeah, like it could be any spell in his deck, and then he has the Pack of Wonders to pick up the Annie and play it again.
Yep.
That's just a that's just a big old that's a big brain. And I did see him pull off the combo
Yeah.
to play Annie and grab a spell. I didn't continue watching the game because I had to go. But yeah, the Annie, the second splitter, and then the double downwell I think is a really good reset. He also has the Akshan in there, obviously, who wouldn't gonna steal your Aurora.
Yep. Yep.
Um, just a very well intuitive deck, and I think that having the ability or the confidence to explore slash I'm just gonna try these pieces and then make it, I think, is what sets some players apart from others. And congrats to Jordan again for the top four finish. Played very well. Had a 5-1-1 in Swiss. Was a phenomenal guy to talk to. I chatted with him a little bit. Yeah, really excellent guy.
Is
Now we
he
get to
a Edmonton?
our
Is he
yeah,
a
he's Edmonton.
Edmonton local?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Cool.
Um,
Yeah.
so now we get to our finalist. We get to Mr. Cookie. My other random rival in this whole game is Gordon. I play him almost at every single event that I go to that he's at as well. It's actually just crazy. He finished first seed with a 6-1 record. Um, his only loss, I believe, was to Aurora when he played it. And then he just went on a tear and just kept crushing. Um, he had, typical lineup. We got Master Yi. He's got triple Lonely Poro, triple Scuttle, one Sea Monkey. Now that is a good call because it's either a 3 might or a 2 might unit, which eats a lot of things. Double first mate. He's got the double fervent. The double fervent. That did kill me in game one. The double fervent.
Mm,
Oh, triple Rune Runner
I
and triple Rengar.
Yeah, that is like Fervent Rengar Rune Runner is a scary top end on your
That
unit
is.
list.
It's
That is terrifying.
as Diana, you cannot kill Rune Runner without Moonfall and them having a second unit and Rune Runner's at the base. And he never let anything at the battlefield, so it was just over for me. It was diabolical ending, but he crushed it. He was playing his deck. He's been playing Yeast in season two when we first met, and it was just a good time. He yeah, absolutely crushing it. He's constantly evolving. Super happy with his unit lineup. I believe I would be double GA and then the triple Trinity Force, typical gears, and then as we see, he has a very unique card in his deck. He has one back off. Instead,
Interesting.
he also has Alpha Strike instead of the challenge. And one on guard.
I think I personally like Alpha Strike. If you're running Yi, I like Alpha Strike just a little bit more than Challenge.
You're, you're
Uh,
right, it just doesn't hit the base, which is
yeah.
probably where he might side a challenge. Oh, nope, he didn't side a challenge, which is okay. It's not
Yeah.
like a bad thing. I just think that he probably valued because how he absolutely stomps me in game two is he punch first Alpha Strike clears my whole board when I was in combat with him.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice stuff.
he killed both battlefields because he just popped the unit that was at the other one when I moonfalled him over. It was a very, very blowout game from those two cards. It was actually very good. I can't even be mad.
With a Fervent as well, like that's I
Yeah.
see why they want to run that over challenge, I think, because
Hmm.
if you're coming in with multiple units to try and take down a Yi, as most people do, it's
Yep.
honestly like honestly that's like most people's first mistake is trying to swing in with everything you have on on a Yi player because most of the time they're going to have answers for you. Um,
Always.
and with Alpha Strike. you're hitting multiple pieces. Aurelia with a is getting up to what, like 10 might with one punch first,
Oh yeah.
and then Alpha Strike getting them up to 11,
Oh, because you choose the
bringing that
unit with
across.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you do.
disgust.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yes, you're correct.
It's just really tough. Oh, and plus the +2 from E as well. So you're sitting at 13 might, like
Oh,
that you just spread out across an entire battlefield. That could be a devastating play.
it
That's really intuitive. I love that.
truly was when I watched it happen to me firsthand. He did it with the first mate though, because I thought I had it, but I did not.
Mm,
We see
first
he's got,
mate.
yeah, yeah, he was first mate defending Charmian. Oh yeah, he needed
Yeah.
exactly 3 cards out of his 4 card hand, and they were Punch First Charm and Alpha Strike. Yep.
Nice.
It was just, it was his day. He had a great run, made it all the way to the finals, which we'll get to that in a second. But you see, he has Forge the Floof, or Flute, whatever the heck it is, get a
Fluffed,
gear. Fluffed? Yep, that's right. I can't read.
maybe?
Maybe. You could be correct. He also has the
Yeah.
Grove of the God Willow and Star Spring. Now, we'll notice he doesn't have the busted battlefield of Diocese to just pick up your Rengar for free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It, that feels like cheating, man.
it
I get the
does.
ruling. I have spoken with Brenton about this. He is a level 3 judge. He's big brain. I
Yeah.
He was actually the one who put out the tweet about the ruling about it.
Oh,
And I talked to him about it, and he honestly he explained it in a great way. But to me, it still feels like it's cheating. Like you should not be able to just do that.
correct.
But I get the logic behind it.
I
And
get
then
it
when I see
too.
someone doing that next design, I'm like, you shouldn't be able to do that. Like, I get it.
Yep. It. Yep. I watch it happen all the time since it happened. But I mean, they'll probably errata it at some point. But for now, just pick up your Rengar for
Yeah,
free, guys. Just how it
yeah,
goes.
yeah. It's
Just for
because
free.
it's written the same way as Diana. Whereas
Yeah.
if you're walking in with a floating energy, it's getting eaten. The game is going to eat it and make you pay it.
Yeah.
Um, so like if you do one ability that way, you're going to have to do the other the same way if it's written the same way. Like it's just about
Yeah.
consistency at that point. When that got sprung on us in Vancouver, there was a lot of discussion between all the judges and like UVS and everyone who was kind of like there running the show. It was a hot topic of debate the entire weekend between all of us. Um,
Oh.
and like, because we just couldn't wrap our brain around why it's happening. Like, but I get it. It's intention versus design, or wording or
Yep.
whatever, however you
Correct.
want to phrase that. It
PSA.
is just how they want it to be, and that's kind of how it has to be. It's their game, right? Like what they say
Problem
goes.
solving card text will fix all of that. But hey,
Yeah,
it is what it
yeah,
is.
sure. I'm
I
interested to see what they do in the future because they have apparently they have a new guy or new person. I don't know I don't know who
Yep.
they are, but who is like kind of like a rules master kind of thing. So there's gonna be some more oversight in the wording
Oh, sweet.
of cards going forward. So hopefully things make a little bit more sense. At least they're answering like the biggest issue right now, which is the wording of cards, which I think was a translation issue to begin with. But
Yeah, because Chinese to us and such. Yeah, it definitely would be a huge thing. It's happened with Yu-Gi-Oh, so I get it.
yeah.
Um, hopefully going forward we can understand that give a friendly unit +1 would equal you've chosen them, but we'll get there at some point, right? You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
choose that unit. Sounds good. You'll see he has double unyielding spirit, a Nami, and a Vilemaw in his sideboard. Now I
Very good
know what the
cards.
unyielding spirit is for, because that's for the
Sure.
Aurora,
Yep.
right? It's gotta be.
It can also save you against, the Kaises of the world, the Azriels of the
True.
world,
True,
you
true,
know.
yep.
Yeah.
I forgot about those, to be fair. I feel bad. I haven't seen a Kaisa deck in a while. But that makes
Or the
sense.
Imperial Decree Bell's Breath, which is the bane of my existence.
Oh, yeah, that also is a pretty awful time. So that makes sense. It has some tech
Yeah,
in to deal with it in a different manner.
yeah,
You
yeah,
see, you got the Nami, which if it ever holds, it just plays a unit for free with a buff. Or sorry, not plays a unit for free, sorry. They have them ready
yeah.
and they have a buff.
I think this card is so undervalued. You have no idea. Like
I
the
agree
moment I
with
saw
you.
that card, I was like, holy crap, this card is so good. Like I think we are just like as a bigger card pool away from this being an absolute staple in every com deck that is kind of like playing a little bit more
Aggressive?
aggressive. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I totally feel you there.
Yeah,
I think it's a very
yeah,
good card.
yeah.
A
It does
friend of
so
mine
much. Look
was,
at all that text.
yeah, you can stun a unit, or it just
Yeah.
when it holds tells you what
Yep.
stun does.
And then
Yeah, to be fair,
at worst, it's a three energy, three might unit. That
yep.
is a turn one play. It's just if you're going second, it's just good. It's just a good value card.
I think it will see some play in some com decks for sure, just because not even because of the whole thing. People were testing it in Vex, people were testing it in Yi, but they just found that there were some slightly better cards that just randomly could be stronger. It just she hasn't found her niche yet, which I think
Yep.
her archetype, which will happen, because there are units
Yep.
that are in different ones, will happen. So Nami will get her time to shine, I believe it. And then Vile Maw is just a good card. You
Yeah.
know, you don't
For
have
sure.
8 might. You don't have 8 might. You can't hit me. Can't do
Yeah.
damage. Phenomenal
Yeah.
time, Mr. Cookie. Very congrats to your second place finish. You were so close. Gordon was so close. He has yet to fully win a full event. He's always been so close. Maybe next time is his time because he's just such a he's just such a good spirit. He's just such a good guy. So I hope that he finally gets that like W he's been chasing. He's been grinding games, so I hope he gets that W soon.
Fingers
And with
crossed.
that, yeah, fingers crossed. But hopefully not when I'm no, just kidding. I'm just kidding with him. He's up 2-1 on me. I gotta win a game against him. It's nuts.
Yeah.
The rivalry continues.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we'll get to Asterox, our first place finisher of the 10K 100 player event. And holy smokes, did it on Rek'Sai. What a run he went on. Todd was 5-0, 5-0-1 in or sorry, 5-1 going into round 7, and his opponent and him did not think that they could both ID and make it in because of random tiebreakers, so they had to play, and
Mhm.
he took it and he carried it all the way to a finals victory. It was a long day for him. We will see in his list, Rek'Sai Breacher is the chosen champion. You got Carrion Dredger, Triple Inferna, Mischievous Mari. Now, I don't know Rek'Sai lists, so I don't know if this is a staple card or not, but it's also another 2-drop. We have 2 Soaring Scout, and then we got the Faithful Manufactor. We got 1 Pike, Dockside Butcher. We got Rengar Pouncing. Oh, hello. That is a good card to play off the top of the deck and give it Accelerate. That's not bad at all.
Not bad.
Um, Triple Kaisa, you got your Triple Hopeful, you get your Vi Peacekeeper. That's pretty good.
Yep.
And then, of course, your triple Under Titan. I think that this, what is that? 3, 6, 9, 11 2 drops is a perfect amount for Rek'Sai. Um, Same with Manufactor is a perfect good first turn. You just get 2 units on turn 1 if you're going second. Uh, Same with Pike. I think the unit lineup is a very solid list. I don't know how they're supposed to play, so I don't know if you do at all, Jay, know how they're supposed to play, but that to me
Um,
looks really solid.
yeah, this looks really great, honestly. I think the Mirai is a really interesting inclusion here. I haven't seen like a ton of Rek'Sai lists. Obviously, like some people would say it's like a metal card chaser deck. I don't believe that at all. I think it's actually really great. When I saw its ability, like its legend ability, I was like, this is like this has some serious value there. Um, and being able to hit like, an Inferna, off of like an Under Titan or something, that's kind of crazy. You
Swinging
can
with a, what is that? Six or five might? It's pretty good. Just for two
yeah,
drop?
yep, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Love that. Hitting a longsword off of, um, dude is like pretty solid. Like
Does it
honestly,
get
this
quick draw? Or is it only in your hand?
longsword,
Yeah.
this
Does
would
it
be
get
actually
the
need
ability to?
play. It should, yeah. This is
That's
need play
crazy.
it, so yeah,
Probably why it's only a
yeah,
one. Makes sense.
yeah.
The Blood Rush versus the Cleave, because it's repeatable and it's two mana versus it's two mana to two units, or it's one to two. So like that's pretty good. That's a pretty good little thing if it's supposed to be in the decks. Triple weak, triple star, and then the double blade.
Hmm.
To be fair, I think the highest this deck ever goes to for runes is six for cost. So you can
Yeah, I
almost
don't
play
think you really need
everything.
much more. Because
Yeah, I
if
think
you're
you can almost play.
revealing Under Titans, you're getting pretty high.
Yeah,
So yeah.
you're just going. You're just yeah. You're just going up in mana, and you get things for free. Um, One thing we'll notice as we go to his spells, there's no Void Rush.
I just noticed that as well.
There's no
Just
Void
noticed that too.
Rush. Do you think?
It's actually really interesting.
Do you think that that's like in
Intentional?
yeah? Like, do you think that Void Rush is just because if we look at his sideboard, he's also playing Forge of the Future in there,
Yeah, he is.
and he's also playing
Um,
Vi Destructive in his sideboard. Do you think
hmm.
it's intentional to not clog up your hand and is to just play off the top of your deck is how he built the list?
I think so. To be just as efficient as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Um,
it would be, no?
yeah, definitely. I think you just want to like just be getting as much tempo each turn as possible. Like, I think you can afford to lose a few things, like because you're
Yeah.
just going to be playing so many units.
Yeah, because he
Um,
has 27. He has
yeah,
more, almost as many as LeBlanc does.
yeah, and honestly, most of them are going to be getting accelerate.
Because they all
Um,
come from the top of his deck.
yep, yep. This is
Huh.
an excellent deck, and
Uh,
I mean, with Blood Rush, I think the thing here is like, I think he took the maybe the Blood Rushes because you can freely repeat it. It's Assault 4 on
yeah.
a low body, like, putting that on a Rengar pouncing is like pretty terrifying.
It's a nine
Um,
might swing.
yeah, pretty serious stuff. Like, I don't think you need any bigger units than what he has, like, considering the serious, like, low to the ground. Like, this reminds me, of like a red deck wins deck in like Magic, where it's just like low to the ground, but things can, snowball so quickly and
So
it's hard to deal
quickly.
with it. Yeah, this is an awesome deck.
Wow. Because like obviously, the arena's greatest, Candlelight, and then obviously Zon Warren. So I think you're absolutely right on he would stack the deck properly for his second conquer to then
Hmm.
trigger his Rek'Sai legend to then play the units off the top of the deck so that he could accelerate them. Because to be fair, I believe if I'm correct, I don't if I'm wrong, guys, let me know in the comments. But I think that it was a 2-0 win for after uh, Asterox versus Mr. Cookie. I think it was 2-0 for him. Um, I think it was like I think it was that, but I can't. I'm not 100%. We left before it ended. It was about midnight when we left the venue. So I think that you know Asterox just went Void Seeker. Don't need it, or not Void Seeker. Sorry, Void Rush,
Void
and just
Rush. Yeah.
played literally just played off the top of his deck and abused the Breacher ability to just give everything assault. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
he did something right because Rek'Sai doing some things in Edmonton. So you know
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of the times when I see taps like posts like any of their their deck lists from any of their events. I've seen Todd at the top of I think one or two other ones. Like he
Yep.
just seems to have a really great grasp of this deck and just handle it really well. I haven't met him personally, but just from what I've heard, he sounds like a really excellent player. So
Yeah.
congrats to them on the win.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a phenomenal run, and I'm very happy for everybody who made it out, everyone who was there, and everyone that was able to partake that met me, and everyone just being super awesome. Alberta, we're trying to grow it as much as possible, guys. So if you liked this type of content between Jay and I, we will be coming out with a bunch more stuff coming up. We've got some more things in the bag ready. If you like it, please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and we will be giving you some more content soon.
Absolutely.
And with that, guys, we will catch you in the next one.
See ya.
See ya.